Hello and welcome back to another Dukes on Twitch Legacy video. We're back with Rug Shenanigans. This is Rug Curious Obsession, so we've pretty much dropped the Nimble Mongoose and we've picked up Curious Obsession as a way of card advantage. The deck's been performing pretty well. The Curious Obsessions have actually been better than I hoped, which is nice. We're currently 2-0 in a league, so I'm pretty keen to keep that going and seeing how we finish up. But yeah, specific rundown of the deck. It's pretty straightforward. We have our threats in Delver, Terramander, Tarmogoyf, and a True Name. We have removal in Lightning Bolt, Abrade, Dismember, and to a lesser extent, Stifle. We have some counter magic in Force of Will, Daze, and Spell Pierce. And then just to mix it all together and make sure we get the right mix of it all, we have Brainstorms and Ponders to sort of leverage out what we draw and when we draw it. Getting Ken Former. Welcome. Happy Monday. Hope you had a nice start to the week. Yeah, let's get straight into it. There's nothing too much more to add. Other than the deck's been really fun to play. It's great to be able to Force of Will and then gain the card advantage back. Yeah, Curious Obsession is pretty sweet. It's really up to when we get... Sorry. All over it. It's pretty insane when we get on a creature and we protect the creature. Rug's always being a kind of deck where you protect the threat that you have on board, so we're definitely no different to that. Lord Hexed. Yeah, Terramander seems really sweet in Delver. I'm not sold on Rug. I think the Curious Obsession bit might be better in just a red-blue version with like Swift Spears and Storm Chaser Mage, just because the haste works really well as well. And also, I believe they both get pumped because it's a non-creature spell, so that's pretty sweet. But yeah, Terramander's been okay. I haven't really used its actual ability too much. I reckon the times that I have, it's been more of a win more situation where I could maybe close the game out in 1 or 2 hits rather than 4 or 5. But yeah, Terramander's been sweet. I think definitely the flying is the biggest part of it that's so good. And just don't... Yeah, it's just awesome. It's really cool. Jacob, thank you very much again for the tier 3 sub for 2 months in a row now. You do have access to the new Dukes on Twitch emoji, which is very sweet. But yeah, you're actually who got me into Magic, which is very cool. And I like to think I've come a long way. I'm sure some others beg to differ. So thank you very much, as always. I hope you enjoy this stream. I'm just going to currently write down what I have. So I'm going to mulligan this hand, most likely. I'm not the biggest fan of it. So we're going to mull to 6. The threats are nice, the removal's nice, but I'm not too sure what I'm up against. It has no Brainstorms or Ponders or counter magic. Although this is a blue deck, I do like to keep this hand. So we have removal in Lightning Bolt. We have a Terramander, which is sweet. So yes, it's Terramander. We have Obsession. We have no counter spell. We're good to keep this. A second land is actually pretty nice. So I think we'll keep this on top of the library. And then depending on what my opponent plays, I'm not sure if I want to Ponder first or play the Terramander. So this most likely looks like D&T. So I think I'm pretty happy here just to fetch up a Volcanic Island so I can cast the Bolt next turn as well. And go ahead with a Ponder. So I kind of want to play around Swords to Plowshares. There's a Force of Will, which is nice, but it doesn't really pair with anything. So I think... we'll bottom the Wasteland. I'm not too sad about putting the Misty on top and then drawing the Force. This just means most likely that the Goif will be coming down with the Curious Obsession on it, and the Praetormanda will actually be what we target with the Bolt. Sorry, what we pitch the Force. So Thalia is a little bit annoying, but I'm happy to Bolt it here. Could have definitely forced it, but as I had the removal in the Bolt, I wasn't, you know, in too much of a rush to actually get this going. D&T is definitely a pretty rough matchup. Wastelands hurt a lot against this deck, and Mother of Runes online is pretty scary. I think this is going to be a Force here. Just because we can't really deal with a Batterskull as of yet. We'll drop the Praetormanda. Terramander. I always say Paramander. File's annoying, but it's a little bit late, which is nice. Something like a Spell Pierce would be nice. Happy just to play the Delta, play out this Goif. And then hopefully connect next turn. Of course, something like a Mirren Crusader would be pretty good against this Tarmogoyf. And of course, with Obsession, the creature has to attack, or else the enchantment itself gets sacrificed at the end of turn. Another Stoneforge is pretty good. Be interesting to see what they get. Also, if they use their Rishadan Port in my turn, it does turn on Curious Obsession in the way that they won't be able to sort of swords in my turn, which is nice. They're going to tap down the Volk, which is fine. If I draw it into another land, I probably won't play it until... because I might draw into something like a Wasteland that I might want to play. They may even just block here if they have the 5th land. But they're not going to, which is pretty... okay. Pond is nice, so I think we'll fetch... I'm happy to get another Volk as we have a Trop in hand. And just see if we can find some sort of removal. Stifle's actually pretty nice. I also don't mind Lightning Bolt. We haven't played a land for turn, and we still have a Volk in the deck. So I'm pretty happy to go Stifle, Brainstorm, Bolt. Won't shuffle, then play this land, and actually Bolt this Stoneforge away. If they had a Mum, that actually would have been a pretty bad play, because I could have then put the Mum into play, and I probably wouldn't have a way to get rid of it. So now it looks like they're most likely just going to try and find a 5th land and play this Batterskull out. They could also have something like a Flicker Wisp, which would be annoying. Which they do. At least the enchantment grows the Goif, which is kind of nice. What they also have set up here is, of course, a file they can put in Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, block, and then return it to hand with Karakas. So I might be looking for something like a Wasteland to hit this Caracas, which I do, which is nice. So I'm pretty happy to go after this Caracas now. Go to combat. Attack him with the Luagoyf. They're not blocking, so they might have actually gone and got... They might have another equipment in hand, like a Jitte. Wasteland's nice, and it's interesting that they're actually going after my mana instead of getting this Batterskull down. And now they're attacking, which is always a little bit scary. True name would be sweet. I didn't find it. That's fine. Let's go to combat straight away. I don't think there's a reason to play this Trop, especially while they have Port out. I'd rather keep the Trop in my hand in case I draw another Goyf. Nothing with Vile is interesting. They were pretty aggressive with that Flickwisp, but I guess they thought they had another turn at least. This is a really nice Daze target. A little bit unlucky for them. I was waiting for the Syrian Spirit Guide, but obviously didn't have it, which is always nice. Another attack, so definitely staying, obviously have something with the Vial. I do have a pretty good target for Stifle now, if they don't put anything in before my draw step. Brainstorm's nice. I don't think there's a reason to Brainstorm before they Aether Vial. Unless I hit Fetch Land and Ponder. Maybe I will. A Braid's pretty nice. So is Delver. But Delver won't be flipping next turn. I do like the Abrade. Let's put back... Let's put back Curious and Delver. We'll go to attacks first. If it's not Flickwisp, they just lose. It is Flickwisp. Delverland is also nice, but I think I'm happy here just to actually not play the land. Bay25, thank you very much for the follow. I think I'm happy to keep the Abrade around for their Batterskull. They have 2 cards in hand now, so they play a land and Batterskull. Interesting. Sword's pretty good. But now I know that it's a Batterskull in hand. So now, I believe we can just win this game. Feels good. Okay, so what don't we like? Actually, what do we like? Okay, so we like Rough Tumble. I think that's always a great one. Vapor Snag's okay. I like the Cindervines just for added artifact hits. Snag's not too bad. I kind of like Sylvan Library. So I kind of like those 5. Yeah, so I'm trying out Cindervines over Seal of Primordium or Destructive Revelry. So I definitely am wanting to try a few new cards, which I love that you love. So for those of you who don't know, Cindervines is an enchantment that you can sack for 1 to destroy target artifact or enchantment, and it deals 2 damage to that opponent's controller. So why I really like Cindervines over something like Destructive Revelry is that you can play around something like Thought-Knot Seer. There's a bit of Eldrazi online. You can play around against sort of Hymn to Turak or Liliana the Veil decks, and you don't really have to keep it in hand, and like you have a bit more flexibility to when you want to use it. I think right now you definitely have a lot more permission on the field than you do in your hand, so it is a little bit safer to have something like Cindervines in play, whereas having a Destructive Reverie in hand, you might tap out. Like this deck does a little bit more than the other ones. So overall, I've actually liked it. It's done pretty well against Storm as well, and just little things like against Miracles, where they might bring in something like Engineered Explosives. The ability that whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Cindervines deals 1 damage to that player is actually quite nice, and definitely adds up as well. So I think we'll take out 2 Force and on the play probably 3 days. And just go like this. Spell Pierces can probably come out as well. So maybe another Force. Maybe another Daze. Usually you take Daze out on the play, just because it puts you back so much. But sometimes then players play around it a little bit too nonchalant. For lack of a better term. So I think I might just go like this. 2 days and 3 Force, just for those cards that we really don't want to hit. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to just go ahead and see how this one turns out. So we played against Death and Taxes. And we won with a Goif. So I am currently just writing down some stuff in an Excel spreadsheet. So this hand's... It's not the worst because we are playing against D&T, so the land drops really help. Episode 25. Welcome to the stream. So I'm actually... This hand's okay. This hand's okay. I think I'll keep. We don't have much early pressure other than the Terramander, but we're pretty wasteland proof, which is nice. And with the fetches and the brainstorm, we're actually pretty good. So I'm going to keep this. So we're on the draw. We kept a 7. We didn't mull. We have a turn 1 threat in Terramander. Do we have Obsession? No. Do we have counters? No. Wasteland pass. Interesting. So here I'm actually quite happy just to most likely Wasteland back. What this tells me is that maybe their white source is a Caracas and they don't want it to get Wastelanded. But I'd rather just hit this Wasteland so I can't hit one of mine, because we do only have 6 colored sources in the deck. Interesting. Another wasteland. One thing that does do is actually reset the game, and so that... I could hold up Stifle here, but I think I want to be a bit more proactive and play this Terramander. I could also try to brainstorm into something like a Daze, but I don't think it's worth it. I think if I'm playing the Terramander here, and they're wastelanding me, then I'm going to be pretty happy overall. That is fine. I gen the duel, force him into wastelanding. Yeah, I don't think... I'd rather keep this Stifle for something else, like a Flicker Wisp, trying to go after a creature with Obsession. So there's their white source. That is fine. Holding up Stifle puts you effectively on the play. That's very true as well. There was definitely a bad feel there that if I went Wasteland as Wasteland, he just untapped and played a Vial, then it's pretty much a reset and it actually turns on another land. Aggressively going after my lands, I kind of like it. Kind of turning me on. I like this. Rough Tumble's okay. I'm happy here to just play out the Wooded Foothills and go on for combat. Thali's annoying. I think I might... We do have these two answers to it, so I'm not too fussed. But they do have a Caracas. I think I might just brainstorm in response to see what's happening. So let's just get a Trop. I could force it and get aggressive and then play Goyf. I could also not care and just play Goyf, which I think I'm happy to do. So let's put back... So if we let it resolve and then we tap out for Goyf, we can't cast Force. I also don't mind forcing pitching Stifle. So let's go ahead with that. So let's put back 2 cards. Probably Rough Tumble for now. We don't really need it. And then put back the Polluted Delta. And then we will force this, pitching the Stifle. So now we can untap, draw that land. We can go to combat. Hopefully. Attack with the Terramander. This is where I definitely see the downside of Terramander. Right now, we could pretty much have Nimble Mongoose as a 3/3. We definitely open ourselves up to removal a lot more with our creature base without Nimble Mongoose. Which is rough. Don't get me wrong. Gonna assume no blocks. Now we can fetch for a tropical island. Play that Goyf. Stoneforge is fine. Sort of Fire Nice, interesting. So I wonder if they'll take off their clock. They will, by actually wastelanding us, which is interesting. So now I think we just hold up Vapor Snag. There's no real rush to it, which is nice. We might even be able to keep it for when they go to equip the creature to a sword. Full Wasteland is pretty rough, but at least now we know that our lands are pretty well intact, other than Rishardenport. But with Stoneforge out, I don't see them porting us in the near future, which is nice. If anything, if they have a port, so next turn they keep up 2 lands to put in the sword, and then on their 3rd turn, perhaps they should port us off their 1. Oh, that's annoying. Interesting. Someone in chat the other day told me how to actually get through in command. You can reset your net. Reset. Yeah, I might just have to restart the client. I'm not too sure how long it kicks me out for until I actually give up my match. If there is a time limit. Sorry for this. Not sure why that happened. Thoughts on Obsession in Merfolk Modern and Legacy? I think it's a great... I think it's pretty sweet. I think the card advantage is really nice. And you of course have a lot of creatures that can actually take advantage of it. Especially in a True Name deck. In a True Name deck it's so good. There we go. So I'm not too sure how we go straight back into our game. I'm assuming this is it right now, which is nice. So, yeah, thank you very much for your patience. Here we go. Wasteland works. And we're back. We're back. Hopefully. Yeah, MTGO is something else. I'll give them that. Brainstorm's nice. I don't think we need it right now, so we might as well attack first. To be fair, the Brainstorm could have found land and Obsession, which would have been really nice. I think here it's still worth brainstorming. Haha. So we'll put back Lightning Bolt and Delver. We'll draw Delver and then most likely Ponder. What that did do is actually show my opponent that I'm most likely Brainstorm locked. So a Rishadan Port here actually does a hell of a lot. But if they do Port here, it means that they won't be able to access Stoneforge Mystic, which is nice. Hopefully this isn't us. Just gonna do an internet speeds test quickly. It shouldn't be us. This might just be Batterskull. Annoying, but at least we have the Vapor Snag. I think it's definitely worth snagging here. Oh! I did not get a Magic Fest. Thankfully. Why? I don't get why you can actually I don't like that you can that's annoying. That's a punt. Ancient Tomb? That's not great. Interesting that they just didn't attack with the Batterskull. I missed an attack phase, sadly. Fernie 1, 2, 3. We draw a bolt that we know of. I think we just have to ponder into a land, hopefully. Wasteland. This might just be a shuffle. Land. Oh! Okay, so that gives us some amount of time. Annoying, but we do need a punt react. I'm assuming they just equip here, yeah. That's pretty good. So they gain 7. We do have the Abrade, which is nice. I'm assuming that's going to hit the Batterskull. I think we abrade the Batterskull, and then we play the Delver, and then just hold the Tarmogoyf back. And just hope they don't have Swords to Plowshares or Palace Jailer. Don't tap that Plains for mana. Don't you do it! I could have kept it back, but it would have killed the Pteramander because the Batterskull. Thalia's not too bad. We can Wasteland the Caracas, which is a nice target. Oh. But now we're going to draw pretty well. I think they killed the Pteramander because they believed it was going to be a 5/5 pretty soon. Which does take it out of the way. Interesting, they're going to play their second Caracas. I'm not too sure what they might have. Palace Jailer would be pretty insane. They didn't float a mana. Sanctum Prelate. Probably on 1. I guess Rough Tumble off the top is pretty good. I guess we'll find out. We do not want to reveal that. I don't think it's worth playing it. I think we just go after the Caracas. So, I think maybe we keep it back for Rishadenport, because our play to draw into is True Name Nemesis. So if we Wasteland the Caracas, I think it's worth just passing. We can't do anything. If we Wasteland them down to 2 lands, and then they port us, True Name's just probably never going to come down. Land off the top for them is great for us. Sword on Thalia is fine. Doesn't do anything. This Goyf's doing a lot of work. Another Goyf would be tight as well. That one attack phase. Ah! Alright, come on, Delver. Ooh. So one reason I should have played the Misty is that if I did flip something that doesn't flip the Delver, I could have fetched it away before I drew. There's probably no need to... I can't really attack. So I think here we will play the Misty and just pass turn. That's one downside of Curious Obsession. It does take the place of an instant or sorcery in the deck. So it doesn't flip Delver theoretically as much. Please play a land. Interesting. Flip. Flip, you bastard. Yes! Alright. Step 1. Step 2. Come on. What's happening? Ah, that's right. So we might as well attack in the air. Kind of forgot about prelate. Step 2 was fetching Brainstorm away. Very true, very true. Dude, I know! I think before damage I sack and hit this. Or before blocks. Surely if they have a swords, they just swords me before anyway. Block here. They might just have another Thalia. That's why they attacked. Nope. Do we just attack him with both here? I don't think we do. Right now, Delver's my way to win this game, so I don't want to give it away. And of course, if I attack in, they can just re-equip the prelate to the sword. Stoneforge gets Jitte, I guess. Oh, so they go down to 1? Surely they put the Jitte on the prelate and swing in with both? Ah! I've only got 3 minutes as well? That's rough. Okay. I think I'm happy to actually turn off the prelate here. So I'll be taking 3 for 5. I think I want to turn on everything that I have. They get to draw a card off this, but they're tapped out. This way doesn't kill the Goyf. Either way, the Delver's dying, so... I wonder if with the triggers on the stack, do I brainstorm to try to find something like Stifle? Or Bolt? Ah, nothing. I think we put back an Obsession and put back Wasteland. And then we fetch. And maybe just trying to find like a Bolt. Do we have another Volk? Oh, no! I guess we just brainstorm anyway. Oh, there's a Stifle! There's a Stifle! I think we stifle this. I mean, we're out of time. I think we've lost it, but... we can't attack because then we just have lethal back. I think we just have to pass. Swords is pretty good. Oh, I had the force in the blue card. Ah. Yeah. I don't think we're going to die anyway because we can block the Stoneforge with the sword. And even if they put the Jide on it, they can't kill it. And even if they get through with the Jide, they can't kill it. Oh, there's another game, isn't there? I think I just die anyway. We will... Not sure what's up on my stream then. Sweet, let's put back Delta that. Let's see if we can win in a minute 50. Ha! I'm actually not with Telstra, so joke's on you, Telstra. Oof. That is fine. That's all they have? Come on, I better not lose this to time. I'm not going to lose this to time. Oh, there we go. Oh, don't make a green, make a green, make a green. And curious on this. Come on. Come on. Come on, attack with all creatures. Yes, draw. Sweet. Pass turn. Oh, this is going to be tough. Probably should have pondered first. I'm an idiot. Sure. That is fine. Draw go if. Oh, that doesn't do much. This is gonna be it. That's rough. That's rough. Straight back into it. I definitely felt like we had a chance there. The Stifles are great against the Vial and the Stoneforge Mystic. Close, but definitely a hard matchup. Hopefully the time in queue doesn't take too long as well. I've seen since Arena, a lot of the time in queues have actually gone up. Anywhere to like 3 to 4 minutes, which is pretty nuts. Yeah, that's really rough. I mean, all my upload speeds and my download speeds look fine, so... That's rough. That's cool, but that's life. While I'm waiting, of course, if you do like this deck and need some singles for it, you can definitely check out mtgmate.com.au for all your single needs. I believe right now they still have 10% off using the code name G'day Mates. Just G'day, Gday. But you might have seen them as well if you saw them at GP Sydney. They had a booth. Very cool. Back this week, of course. But yeah, definitely check out mtgmate.com.au if you are from Australia. I believe they ship internationally as well, so got you covered in all areas. No, it's just MTGO being MTGO. Put in for a ticket refund, in my opinion. Maybe I should. It is pretty annoying. Especially when you see Arena and then you come back to this. What can you do? There's not much you can do, sadly. Big Wad 28 with 7 trophies. Interesting. Beating out Lewis CBR and your London down on 6. Definitely seen a few of these guys online. Cyrus CG 2. Nice. A lot of 1s. Caleb D. Nice. There's also a mono blue deck going around that plays Delver that I think Curious Obsession could go in pretty well. I believe it plays Delvers, Terramanders, and True Name Nemesis, which all are pretty good, great targets for it. Yeah, hopefully it's not a connectivity issue on my end. Of course, if you haven't seen it yet, you can also find just over here the actual deck list as well, which is very cool by Cardboard Live. So have a geese, have a look. Very cool function. Free as well, which is pretty nuts. Cyrus took down the challenge again today. I think that's 2 in a row for him. Interesting. I know that Gabriel Nassif took down the Legacy Challenge twice in a row as well with Mud. Oh, with Mishras. Yeah, Twitch didn't crash either, so I'm assuming it is this. Which is pretty rough. The game was pretty close. A little bit more thinking, and I'm sure maybe even game 2 would have gone differently. I think it was definitely a mistake not to play the Misty Rainforest, so that if a 1 mana spell did flip, I could actually fetch it away. Or at least even flip the Delver and then come back. Alright. Run the draw. Do we mull? No. Do we have a turn 1 threat? Yes, it is a Terramander. Do we have a Curious Obsession? No, but we do have a counterspell in both Force and Daze. So we'll keep this. Not too sure what this guy is playing. Marsh Flats, interesting. Underground Sea. That is fine. Taking my threat. Interesting. Happy to play the Wooded Foothills and pass turn. Could have led on the Volk as well, but I kind of want to play one around Wasteland just in case. Nothing. Okay. There's a Delver, which is actually really nice. Plains? Esper? Stoneforge. Stoneforge is fine. We do have the Bolt, which is nice. Batterskull, okay. We could end of turn Bolt, but I think it's better just to untap. I don't really want to force the Brainstorm on this Delver, so we'll see if it flips. Yes. Nice. So now I'm happy to bolt this Stoneforge. It goes. Attack in. And then really just protect the Queen. They're already down to 14, which is nice. I think here we probably force pitching Days. The Spell Pierce might actually come into consideration, hopefully. Brainstorm is fine. I could have been really aggressive and Spell Pierced it to make them fetch before the Brainstorm resolves, but I'm not about that. If they try to get in here with another Swords, I'm very happy to actually go ahead with that Spell Pierce. I think we will Spell Pierce this. If they're going to Thoughtseize just to get through a Sword, I'm pretty happy to not give them added information. Ponder is fine. So this looks like an Esper Stoneblade list. They are one away from actually casting that Batterskull, so I have to look out here. Terraman is nice. I might actually Brainstorm first, just to see what we hit. Obsession is nice. I think we put back the Goyf and then the Abrade on top, so we have an answer for the Batterskull. Oh, wait. Maybe we put back... No, I'm happy with Abrade on top. It leaves it open to another Thoughtseize, but I think if they have a land, they'll probably slam the... they'll most likely slam the Batterskull. Card advantage at its best, let's be honest. I can only hope they have a land and they play Batterskull. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jace. Now I think this has to be forced. I know they have the Batterskull in hand, so they most likely couldn't force. They have a Ponder. Now we have the Goyf on top for added value, so I think Goyf into Abrade next turn on the Batterskull is just going to be game. Hopefully. I guess we'll see. What do we draw? Dismember's nice. A land off the top would be awesome, so if they have a force for the Abrade, they might not be able to stop the Dismember. But it looks like we're just going to take it. So playing against Esper Control. Pyroblast seems really good against Jason Force. Maybe the Pyroblast mean forces can go out. I like the Cindervines, as they are a pretty non-creature heavy deck with also the Stoneforge package. What can we take out? Probably 2 Dazes at least. I don't mind the Sylvan Library. I kind of like this. 2 Forces out, 2 Dazes out. 2 Pyro in, Cindervines in, Sylvan Library in. Chat, what do you think? Have a piece of banana while you guys. Braid's obviously nice. Dismember's good. Bolts are good against the Stoneforge package. Stifle and Spell Pierce are still relevant, I believe. Orb is good. Jitesh, welcome. Maybe Orb is better than going down. Maybe I should go down on the Stifles. Keep everything pretty low. I like this. If I'm playing Orb, maybe the Dazes are actually pretty good. So maybe a Spell Pierce is still really good. Maybe just 1 Force, just in case. Just for those, just in caseies. On the draw again. This hand's a mulligan. No turn 1 threat. We have an Obsession. We have a Daze. And only 1 land. This hand's a lot better, even though it's still a 1-lander. I'm pretty happy to keep this. Pretty happy to put the Ponder on the bottom. Kind of want to land at the moment. Although Thoughtseize most likely takes Ponder. Island, okay. Interesting. They don't seem like a Wasteland deck, so maybe I'll just actually play out my Terramander first. It digs me 1 more deeper, which is nice. Swords is annoying, but that's fine. I think here I'll Ponder into a 2nd land. Orb to the bottom. Brainstorm. Fetch. No. Play fetch. Go after the Volk. Terramander number 2. Yeah, it does look decent. Jitesh, what did you play in Highlander? True Name's pretty good. I think we can Daze this. Probably picking up the Trop. Nice. That worked out well. Ooh, Obsession off the top. I think I'm happy here just to play the Obsession and then hold up Spell Pierce and Pyroblast. Dismember's nice as well, so now we play a lot of decks. Oh, nice. I played that in Melbourne. It was pretty fun. Snapcaster is fine. I think we'll then go to Spell Pierce this. Ooh. Someone's in a bit of trouble. Curious Obsession is pretty good. Wow, take them off double blue? To be fair, they could have brought in something like Liliana Last Hope, so maybe double black is actually what I'm afraid of. So I think I might just hold up. I might just hold up Pyro for now with Brainstorm. Yep, that's fine. That's annoying because we have Goyf, so I'm pretty happy to Pyro this. One, two, three, four. Hold up Brainstorm, hold up Dismember. Sort of Feast and Famine. That is fine. Is it? I think it is. Yeah. No attack is interesting. Misty's a great draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could just go all in now if I really wanted to, but I don't think I will. Should have brainstormed first to see if we could see Curious. We can put back this and... probably Force. We'll put Dismember on top. Oh my gosh, no, the Dismember's for the Snapcaster. That's a punt. Mm-hmm. That's a big punt. Do I discard as well? Ugh. Oh, now I can't even dismember it. Oh, God. But at least... I think this turns on... the Terramander. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah. So let's get a trop. Make this guy 5/5. Oh, with Obsession. Jide's pretty good, but not enough, I don't think. They have to attack. Did they just die to the backswing? Not yet. True name's pretty good. Another obsession's always pretty good as well. Oh. Okay. I think we just pass back. I think I care more about the Jitte, because then they can actually just gain life. I don't care if they untap. Yeah, I should. I know they can't. Yeah. That's fair. I definitely did think about it, but I was like, I'd rather allow them to put mana into equipping and see how that goes. They definitely could. I don't know if they were playing it. I didn't see it at any time, but I guess it is safe to play around it. Good to get the win. Esper actually seems pretty rough. Hand Disruption and True Name and Stoneforge just don't really line up against this deck really well from my perspective, but happy to get it. Happy to get it. No Jace in that game either. Putting back, yeah, Dismember was just a bit of a mind boggle. Curious really showing its strength, especially in a deck like this where you can really protect the one threat that you sort of go all into. All into. Nice. On the draw, on the play. Nice. This hand is a little bit curious. Haha. We'll have to mulligan. Turn 1 threat, no obsession, yes. This hand's okay. We'll bottom that. I think we go Vulcan to Ponder. I think we'll go Misty, Terramander, draw Brainstorm. Could have also put the Pteramander in our hand to keep the Brainstorm away from something like hand disruption. Wasteland's pretty good, but that's okay. I think we just pass. I kind of want to hold up Stifle now that I know they're on a Wasteland deck. If they have another one, they're most likely to use it. Oh, okay. I don't mind using Brainstorm here to find some sort of removal. So we'll put back a fetch and a Stifle. And then we'll fetch drop Pteramander. Having the fly is nice against some other runes, but it is going to be pretty tough. I think we'll daze this just to be able to stifle this Wasteland later on. True name's actually quite nice, so I think we'll just keep up this stifle. Port's annoying, but it's okay. Six cards in my hand, in my opponent's hand, which is pretty nice. Prelate most likely for one. Which does mean Sword Plowshares is turned off, which is nice, but it does also mean that this Ponder does nothing. Wasteland does. So I think we're happy here to play the True Name, target them, play this Wasteland, and actually take them off white mana. We have Dismember as an out. That's about it. Sadly. I'm actually happy attacking with all here. I think you just let it slide. I don't think it's worth me having something like a Braid or Dismember. I don't think I'm winning. I'm definitely not winning the race with Batterskull in play. And there's no point me blocking here. That's fine. Ponder does nothing, sadly. This is definitely where we lose. I don't think we care about that. Be interesting to see what they name. They haven't seen Terramander yet. Grimlove Mancer. Nice. Back we go. Definitely a bit of a standoff. We do only have the one true name, so we won't get in a position where we can actually attack with one and keep the other back. We can just daze this. Oh, there's a Curious. So I think it's actually worth attacking with this true name now. Especially as the Goif is a 4/5. Oh, we can't, of course. Herp. Looks like we're just going back. Prelate. I mean, even if we attack there, they attack with the Batterskull, and then we block with the Goif and they gain life off the mum. I think that's annoying enough to force. Sure. Pretty good. Go and get sword. They now have a flyer. Others can see. That's not really going anywhere in our favor. So let's take out the forces. Let's bring in the Sylvan, the Rough Tumble, the Cindervines, the Vapor Snags. Spell PS doesn't do a whole lot. Maybe 1 daze. I like this. Let's go with this. Love to play first. This hand is fine. We'll keep this. We will keep. It has a turn 1 threat in Delver. It has a Curious. It has Force. One more land would be sweet, but I'm happy just to play this Delver into a Wasteland and see what happens. We don't have any removal, but we do have the Force of Will, so that can work out in our favor. Plains Vial is definitely forceable. Just because if we're not forcing this, what are we forcing? I think here with the trigger on the stack, I'm happy to Brainstorm as well. Just to make sure we hit a land. Which isn't really the land we want. We'll put back a Curious and a Ponder. Play a Wasteland and pass turn. A little bit vulnerable here to Wasteland, but it's just going to be another Plains, which is interesting. I think I'm happy to Ponder first. Wasteland at the bottom. Bolt Misty. I mean, we're going to kind of walk ourselves into a Swords to Plowshares. Or even something like Blessed Alliance. Rough Tumble's okay. But now we really don't want to see something like a Flicker-Wisp. Thalia is more than fine. Curious first. Two draw triggers is nice. A Braid is okay. Bolt's okay. Kind of happy just leaving these up, but at the same time I kind of want to find another land. So we'll go Brainstorm at the bottom, then Stifle, then Volk. We won't shuffle. Play this Volk. Oh, it comes in tapped. That's fine. All good. We good. Beginning of combat, I'm happy to use this Caracas to make sure they can't play something like a Powerless Jailer. They are just dead to this Bolt if they don't have something like a Flicker-Wisp. Mirren's fine. There we go. Alright. One more chance. I think I'm still happy with the deck. I could switch a Daze for a Force, but I think I'm happy where we are. This hand's fine. We are on the draw. We will keep. We have a turn 1 threat in Delver. We have no obsession, but we have counter magic and days. Pretty good. Toe and Vial's always nice. Happy to lead on Delver. Path is annoying, but we can't really do anything about it. Happy here just to play this Goyf and pass. That is fine. Happy to attack because we have this polluted delta up for something like a Thalia. That is fine. Because they got the Batterskull, I think I might just bolt here. That also leaves this Vapor Snag and Daze online for the Batterskull. Sure. This could just be like prelate for one. We can definitely daze this. Returning this. Happy to hit their port so they can't play a Jitte next turn and attack with it. Four is always rough because it most likely means they have prelate. Palace Jailer. It's really hard to get around Palace Jailer without Stifle. So now we really need something like True Name. Oh wow, can't even cast. Yep. Now we're just dead. This is just a lock. I mean, we could draw into Rough Tumble. That's probably the only out. Sadly, this looks just like it's going to be game. That's probably forcible. We are now just on a 1-turn clock. Rough Tumble is not there. So yeah, Prelate, a hell of a card. 3-2 is not really where we wanted to finish. Both losses to D&T, so maybe our play of Vapor Snag in the sideboard just isn't good enough. It should be more removal that isn't 1 mana. But we do get a little treasure chest. 25 play points, not too bad. And 5 pay points, nice. So yeah, I think the next time you see this deck, the green will probably be gone. And we'll go back to just blue-red with Storm Chaser Mages, and Monastery Soulspears, which I think are probably better, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday night. Thank you guys very much for joining in. Again, if you need singles, definitely check out mtgmate.com.au. They currently have 10% off if you use the code word GOODDAY, so definitely get on it sooner rather than later. Yeah, thanks again for coming along. Spink Dudes on Twitch. We'll see you on Wednesday. Cheers.